How you doing, Terry? Hope you're well.
Eh?
Hey, what you on with?
Mate, just doing some work before tomorrow, really.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah.
Just,
It's one of those things, Russ, isn't it? Where if you just work your 37 and a half hours a week, whatever it is, then you're only going to be as good as the other people working 37 and a half hours. So sometimes you got to do a little bit extra. Get yourself set up for the week. You do a little bit of extra learning, a little bit of extra prep so that you can just hit the week well.
well, yeah, I like to do. Well, what it is, I do two a day videos. I don't do three a day now. I just do two a day now 'cause I've got other things. My grubby little fingers involved with. So I do two a day now. I haven't done any today, but I've said Liam on and
Yeah.
I'll have you on. There's a bit of intense beef on channel at the moment. We Kent were critical about fucking good old Canada Bob. Uh, I don't
Why?
know. I don't know. Kent just feels that, look, a lot of them are just starting these channels up and they're just going with the porky narrative, aren't they? They should be.
Mate,
I ain't got a
I saw
problem
you
with
done
it.
him with the
I ain't got a
goggles, though.
problem. Hey?
You done him with the goggles, though, didn't you?
I did him with goggles. He can take a laugh, Ken, but I ain't got a problem with it. Kent has. Kent's not keen on everybody on commission. He's outspoken and look.
But it's tricky, isn't it? Like,
Hmm.
you know, you can't keep the door shut. Like, I couldn't have told you not to do your own channel.
People can do what they want. For me, I mean, I don't give
Yeah.
shit, but it bother me. But Kent's entitled to his opinion. It's a bit like
Yeah.
he's a good boxing guy, Kent. Though it's a bit like, have you seen Rocky One, where Rocky wants to take Adrian out, and that Tony's driver keeps saying she's a retard and that,
Yeah.
and Tony has a way with Rocky. He says, "Look, some guys they just hate. Oh, what can you do? What?" And it's a bit like that. Some people. I mean, some people used to come into Dennis's office. Now I used to think, "No, I don't like him." And they probably thought, same, you're just not going to get on with everybody. So it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, but Kent's a good guy. And, Bob's been on, he's all right. So good luck to them all. But Bob, someone just sent me a video. Bob's put a video out because Kent commented about him. I mean, you must be struggling for material, eh, Bob?
Wow.
But it is what it is. It's all good fun and all that, and I hope everybody can get on. But good luck to them if they want to start the channels and go with the vibe I've
But
done.
I've said it before. This game is competitive.
Of course it
That's
is.
what people need to understand. It's competitive.
Of course it is.
You know, you can't expect to, and I had to learn this the hard way. You can't expect to show up, do your content, and everyone's gonna love you. Nah, someone's gonna take a shot at you. Someone's gonna say your
Of
channel's not
course
what it
they
is.
are. Look, you've seen what I wake up to. You're nonce, you're granny basher, you're rapist, you're grass, you're some of the vilest stuff. And a few of them will be at this show and you bump into them and they want a fucking selfie, mate, or they want to come on channel. You see what I mean? So,
Yeah,
it is what it is. But I kept saying, every now and then, I'll pipe up and I'll say we should have a special troll day. And you know what? It gets them all going. But they're that stupid. It gets them all watching channel and talking about it, doesn't it? So we have to be controversial, don't we? But I might do that and I might not. But you have to show the face. I want to see what they look like. I'd love to see what some of them look like instead of hiding behind the keyboards.
where there's a face is a case.
Yeah, well, there's a face, there's a case, certainly is. You've sent me that Daddy Fudd eating the world's biggest burger. Uh,
Arsh.
what's going on here? He's got a 12-date tour in Ireland and England, north of England, south of England. What's he going to talk about? Can you tell me? Because I'm stuck.
Arsh. Bah. That's
Did I
what it's
tell
gonna
you you're
be.
on that billboard? Well, come down here. I was to go up to see my kids, come back, and I'm just goodbye Tib Shelf on M1. So I'm bolting it down. What's that? Tib Shelf Services just before A38. It's a big old billboard of him. And I know, obviously, I used to be involved in that game, yeah, so I really know what it cost to put them up and the amount of time they've had it up there. They've obviously stuck some dough into him, haven't they? So I don't know what to make of it. He's in a pair of underpants, big old tits out here, and no else on. He's just sat there in his undies, laid on a settee, and it says Bosch or
Do
something.
you sometimes look at Big John and go, that could have been Porky.
I
That
were,
could have been Porky's
I
whole
were
thing.
bigger than him, Terry. I were bigger than him. Probably,
Can you
probably
imagine,
been about the same, actually.
mate? You like they might. Maybe you should have just done that. Just their big Porky with a big gold chain.
It
Or what
takes
would your
some get.
catchphrase be?
Yeah. What would my catchphrase be? I don't know. Get me some more Rice Krispie squares or something. I've just had a Toblerone, well, two big pieces, you know, and big Toblerone,
Yeah,
chocolate pieces of it. Small glass of milk. But if that had been years ago, I'd have had to do it full of a lot. But it's about
yeah.
that, isn't it? I'm not bragging here, but you know, I've got a six pack now. And I'm doing obliques on sides and that. So, and I had that since I was 25, and I didn't have outside bits going as well, like I have now. But it's a mindset, and you've got to put your time in that. That means running in the morning, and other day after biking it, and day after swimming. You got to do your cardio, aren't you? Too. You
Yeah.
know, that. You're a serious trainer. I don't treat I don't train weights like you, big weights, but I rep out, do loads of reps. So you've got to put the time in, haven't you, every day, do something.
Yeah, yeah, hundred
Burn
percent.
the shit off that we eat. Because you know what? I was talking today, we went out somewhere. You'll go have something to eat in a restaurant now. By the time this fetched it over, it's telling you how many calories was on it. I always go for lasagna, but if you're going to have chips with lasagna, then garlic bread, and then sauces, and all other bits of stuff, coleslaw, your 800 turns into 2,800, doesn't it? And this is
Mm.
where people go wrong, isn't it? You have a tin of tuna and jacket take, and that's it. There's no in that. But
What
if
did I
you
have for
want to
dinner?
in a
I went
tin,
out for dinner Friday.
yeah,
Mate,
go
I
on.
just had a lamb shank, um, bit of a bit of decent sauce that went with it. Actually, I'm not sure what they put in there. It was decent, and a bit of mashed potato. That was it.
Uh,
Nice and simple, mate. Good old British tucker, mate. Good old
like I
British
said to
tucker.
my mate today, I said that you got a load of cheese on that tatey, coleslaw, prawn coleslaw, creamy one, full fat job, loads of butter. You got, you know, two bread buns and onions and then having a dessert. So it's like times five in it. What it's you might say 400 calories, baked potato or something, a bit of tuna and that, but it's the shit you put on it, isn't it? It's and I had that problem for years because well, I've only had this today. It's like my mate says, "What's what you had today, you fat man?" I goes, "Oh, I've only had a bag of crisps." He goes, "Yeah, but how big were crisps?" How big what bag? Big dustbin lin bag. What? But just bin like, but as big as a bin liner, should I say? Like what you get in America. So eat in moderation. Uh, okay, before we get on to Yafai and McCracken and whatnot and Dazone pundits, we're gonna hang them out today. Uh, Carl Froch, obviously. You,
Bloody hell! That's
listen,
the
I've been
expensive
out.
one.
I don't know, I've been out right with Froch, and I went. Obviously, we went. I'm not going to say what was going on there, but we went out and we did a video. Spoke to you, didn't we, on video? Playing pool at that
Yeah.
kid's house, you know, with Lamborghinis under his house and big long swimming pools and all that. Wow! So we went up on this fantastic pool table. They had shit queues. So me and Froch had a blast on there, and we had a bit of a laugh. You get on all right with Froch, don't you? You used to give him a bit of stick, didn't you? Now he said he's
Yeah.
going to come on channel. All right. So I thought, well, no one's going to believe me anyway because he might just mess me about. So I stuck the voice text out. He didn't say anything bad in it. So it's on him now, isn't it? So I'm in clear now. That's right. You said you're coming on. Fair dues. They all know now.
But
I
you know my
personally,
view on this. You know my
yeah.
view on this, don't you?
All right, well, let me finish. Right. I think, Terry, that he's going to get me to his. We're going to do a video. It is, and I'm not going to be able to ask a call. They're going to edit it, whatever. I'll still do. I'll say my bit because you know what I'm like. Because it has to have a bit of edge to it. I know his tech guy likes me because he's told me. Carl's told me this. This was about 18 months ago. But I want him on mine, and I says he don't do zooms now no more. Well, fair enough, Carl, but I've seen you do zooms. You don't rebel you. So what's different? Does it fucking matter if I'm going to drive all the way up there? I ain't got a problem going up there. It's a good day out, but I'd rather just get it done on a Zoom and get it over and done with all this fannying about and that. Oh, if it were on my channel. But he's not going to let me bounce in there with that tripod. He's in his studio, is he? You see what I mean? And film it
There's,
as well as it going on his channel. 'Cause he's not going to have that, is he? He's going to have full editorial control. Now, I know he's got a top tech guy on the job because I know what to watch for now. A 15 minute off Carl, you'll see you'll see a pause, a break in and out of the pictures every question. So he obviously can't keep it rolling, can he? You see, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it all. I just hope I'm not going to be fucked about. You know what I mean?
Well,
Carl, don't fucking make a fuck of me.
no, but there's a big picture here, Russ,
Go on.
and it's about what is this really about? Is this about you and him repairing a relationship? Is this about you growing your channel?
Well, I haven't
Is this about
spoke to
you
him
holding him
since
to account?
October. I didn't give him no number, and because I was pissed off in October. I thought my birthday's in October last year, and I thought, you know what, my birthday next week. And somebody says, "I thought you were going on his channel or you were going on yours." And I thought, you know what, right, I've been waiting all this time. And she was saying, well, why has he not had you on or he's not coming on yours? I kept thinking, well, I don't know, but I ain't asking again. So I didn't give him a new number. And Joe, he got it off. He did that interview with Joe G, and Joe gave him my number. And then he got in touch with me the other day. And he went, I know that loyalty gag would get you going. And I thought, well, I wasn't so sure about that. If you've got a dry sense of humour, if he thinks that were banter. Yeah, he didn't appear to be banter, did he? But he took it down, didn't he? Well, then obviously he got loads of stick and he repaired it, didn't he? He said, I'm going to sort it out and put it right. So he's said it now, hasn't he? But I'm not so sure, mate. But we're going to see, aren't we?
I think he did what he had to do to manage the crisis in the moment. And when people ask him a week from now, why haven't you been on Porky's channel? Why hasn't he been on yours? He'll have another excuse. And you'll find we'll get to the end of the summer and he's given about 4 or 5 different excuses.
Like Dennis, that, innit? If ever we were an issue up there, he used to say, oh, just style it out and that, we'll give him a bit of lip service and, and it'll go away in a few weeks. And it's just the same old, isn't it, boxing?
And that's his hope. His hope is, now that he's sort of put water on that fire, he doesn't have to think about it again.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. It's like reverse psychology. He's learned.
Which why you're better off doorstepping him. Go, let's do it now.
Yeah, well, that's the way then. I've come up to Nottingham now. I can do it in 40 minutes and if I get my toe down. So
Yeah. Because then, one, if you do it on your channel, it's going to hit your audience, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's probably going to creep over, let's just say it hits 2,000 additional people. If it hits his channel, it's going to hit his whole audience.
Yeah.
And I reckon about 80% of them don't know who you are.
Good.
So that's new. That's how you grow.
They will do when I've been on.
That's what I mean, though. But you got to be on his channel because he's got the reach on his channel.
I ain't gonna go on there and roll over. I'm not that type of kid. He knows that as well.
You got to do what's right, Russ. You got to do what's best for business sometimes.
Yeah, no, on this one. What? Have you want to say? We've got Porky Russ on there. He's a big mouth from South Yorkshire. How are you doing, Carl? What is your favourite tattoo? That should break ice, shouldn't it?
No, but remember, look, you want to come out of this knowing your channel's in a stronger position.
We're in a good position now, actually. But even stronger, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why sometimes, you got to also play chess because they're playing chess too.
Mm. Oh, yeah, playing. Yeah, and it's funny, actually, because he's like doing well in Saudi. He's obviously getting on with Turkey. Getting on with Turkey a bit better than Eddie, from what I'm hearing. So
he's well,
he's well
take
in.
it. Take, you might listen. He's doing what he has to do, right? I just think when you get out there to build the relationship, in some cases you might have to put some knee pads on. I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of.
Terry, that. It's a bit strong, not isn't it?
No, but think about this. Like Turkey's a man who has to deal with a lot of people in boxing and other things, right? He hasn't got the time to be faffing around, like trying to establish if you're a good guy or not. So a lot of times you got to just drop to your knees. Yeah. That's what I'd say, because otherwise, what do you end up doing? You end up asking, "Oh, please, Turkey, fly me out." No, Froch had to get on his hands and knees. I don't buy for a second that he didn't have to, because remember, like he was talking crazy about Saudi before.
Yeah, he says no atmosphere and all that. And,
yeah, he had a lot to say. So there's no way that he didn't have to walk all that back.
Well, I still think there's no atmosphere either. So, and I don't want to go out there. That's I'm not.
Well, they don't want pork out there, mate. You'll be all right.
They don't want me out there. I'll be coming back like that, won't I? one arm bandit.
Yeah, mate. Like, what's that guy's name? Khashoggi. You end up like Khashoggi.
You twat. Okay, we'll move on from that then. Robert McCracken, uh, having a lot of stick. People saying his fighters have got no defence and that Yafai should have been saved for another day. And Bellew and the commentary team, I thought Sonny Edwards wasn't bad, but Bellew and the commentary team were and Bean, they were trying to tell us something that weren't happening. You're a bit more, you can word it a little bit better than me. That's why we play good cop, bad cop, we bounce off each other. Obviously, we've known each other nearly a decade now, but I think that the pundits they've got to be changed there now because everybody's slipping the pals and they're getting too comfy, aren't they? It's just like it were back in down Sky, isn't it? Really?
My thing is there are a lot of people in boxing who need that because they're watching it going, I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to react to this, right?
Mm.
And Bean's good for that. Well, Adam Smith, he's calling Bean. But look what you've done to me, mate. But that's
Mm.
but Adam Smith is he's good for that. I think they like Bellew. But you're right. There's certain times you listen to that commentary, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I'm like, but what about those 5 punches he just hit your thigh with? You're not going to talk about those. Okay. We'll just pretend they didn't happen then.
Yeah.
Can you imagine those guys as judges? Oh my God.
Mm. So the actual fight, it looked like it was all over after 3 rounds for him. I don't know if his timing went out or if he struggled with weight. I mean, usually they come out only 48 hours later and say, I struggle with weight, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But is Robert McCracken's style like take one to land one and, like a Joshua Froch type of thing? There's no slickness, is there, with his fighters? I don't know.
Well. Was your hero slick?
Well, I've never said Carl Froch was slick, have I, really? I did
Walking
say,
punch bag. Just a walking punch bag with a
well,
decent chin and stamina.
yeah, well, Carl's man, you don't get world championship medals if you haven't got a little bit of technique. But he's not a Pernell Whitaker, is he? But Carl's forte that he always used to say to me is, look, if I can get in there, with these slickers, Jermaine Taylors, blah blah, people like that, you can drown them, can't you? You can put your foot down about 8, 9, 10, can't you, and start drowning them. Now, and I think Joshua, very similar to Froch, although I don't think he's as fit as Froch. And Yafai's style, bit explosive, bit of a fighter. There don't seem to me any head movement from any of them, does there? I've got
What
it
British
wrong.
fighters got head
You're
movement?
a trainer, Terry, so you know a bit more than me. So
Yeah. What British fighters got head movement though?
I'm not Dave Allen. I don't really
But
know.
but Dave's a little better. Dave's got head movement. Dave's timing's just off sometimes.
Hmm.
Like Dave will do the right thing half a second too late.
Yeah. Yeah, well, him and Peter Fury fell out because he wouldn't move his head. That's why they fell out, get taking punishment. And obviously, Yui and Tyson Fury have never been on deck while Peter's been in corner. Not that I'm saying Peter Fury is the best trainer in the world, but you can go too far with getting fighters to be negative and defensive minded, and we do want to see exciting fights. But Yafai, he just went at races, Terry Worry. He also fucked my accumulator up.
Yeah, when someone's throwing 6 punch combinations, your head movement ain't gonna help you there. That's the problem. What you need to do is you need to tame the beast. So you got to let him know. Look, you throw a 6 punch combination, the uppercut I'm going to rip you with is going to snap your jaw. You won't want to do it again.
Mm.
So there's a bit of psychology to it, Russ.
Yeah.
Where if he's coming in keen and he was good from the first bell, that Rodriguez kid came out and said, I don't need any warm up rounds. Let's get stuck in.
Mm.
And at that point, after the first round, McCracken's got to be like, listen, if you're going to step back, you got to leave an uppercut and left hook in there. Well, no, he's a southpaw, so you got to leave a left uppercut, right hook in there. Well, bam, bam. That will calm Rodriguez down. If you can rock him, it will calm him down. Next time he does it, rock him again. It calms the fighter down. But what Rodriguez was finding was he was landing. So the more he was landing, the more he was throwing. And you don't get tired when it's going your way because it's fun. Do you know what I mean? As you could just see your fight, like there was a bit of your fight in the middle of the fight where you could see, okay, he's a tough kid and he dug deep. But when you're digging deep midway through the fight, I'm like, yeah, you're going to be finished down the stretch, mate. And that's what it looked like. It looked like he was just done down the stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I think he's done now, and he ain't had that many fights. And he's an old amateur as well, isn't he?
32.
Yeah, he's not had that many fights. How many fights he had? He's only yeah, had many, has he?
That's like low double figures, if that.
He had nine fights or something,
9 or
10 fights,
10, it's low.
something like that. I know he's not had a lot. I know he lit Sonny up, but do you think Sonny will come back?
Nah.
What do you think is going to happen to Sonny and Charlie Edwards now? Then they're just going to hang around trying to get a bit of pundit work and that.
I don't manage. Well, Sonny will definitely manage fighters. Um, he'll do his comment. He'll float around boxing, won't he? He'll just do that.
Okay. Uh, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Is it overcooked, Terry? Now, yeah.
Oh, mate, it's been. I think it's been done for a long time.
Yeah.
They're almost better off. They're better off not talking about it for like a year. Just,
Yeah.
just leave it. Don't mention it. Don't talk about it. And then one day tell us the fight's done. That's the only way you'll get the public excited again.
Yeah, it'd be big news then, won't it? Because all they're doing is drip feeding us knackers. And I don't worry about it. We've got some bubbling. You know what I mean, Big Ron's saying we've got some bubbling, Russell. Calm down.
But they haven't.
Powder dry.
They haven't, because if you look at Joshua right now, it's what, coming up to July.
Yeah.
He's not training seriously yet,
Right.
right? He's not. So let's say he starts in July and he's got to get himself training fit, right? So he's fit enough to train. That's going to take us to September. Then he's going to be in camp for 8 to 10 weeks. Joshua's not fighting before November, December.
Yeah, he's not. Well, they say the same. Well, some people are saying he ain't injured, but they're saying he's injured because that's because Fury's having a sabbatical, isn't it? But if you go through Fury's record, he averages a fight done every 11 months. Do you know what I mean? Since Vladimir, it's happened. So Fury likes a good break 'cause he's piling money up. He don't need dough anyway. But Joshua, he's knackered without Fury, isn't he?
If Wilder looks good, I think Wilder's fighting soon, isn't he? If he looks good, then people start saying, okay, we might want to see that again. I look, they're in a mess now, right? They're just in a mess because they're trying to figure out what's the money making fight here. Is it Joshua again? Is it Wilder versus Fury again? I don't know.
They're not going to put Wilder and Fury in a fourth time, are they?
Why? Fury's on the decline.
Yeah, well, Wilder's further on decline than Joshua, isn't he, Wilder?
I don't know. What would Joshua have done against that version of Zhilei Zhang? Would he have even got to round 5?
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, Zhang looks to me like a world-class 3-round fighter.
Yeah. If every title fight was 5 rounds, he'd be undisputed now.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think the criticism that Sam Jones has been getting of late is harsh?
No, it's well deserved.
He's going
It's well
into
deserved. The guy's been talking nonsense for years.
the
Do you know what I
guy.
mean?
The guy's been going on about Anthony Joshua and how great he is and blah blah blah. I mean, even seen Peter Fury saying, "Oh, I don't get involved in all that shit and that." But I wish Peter had put his real views on what happened when Joshua got flopped against Ruiz and then flopped against Dubois, because I'm not seeing the same energy on the social media as to these people do, and it's starting to piss me off, to be honest. And Sam Jones is supposed to know his boxing. If that was an American guy, he'd be saying he's shot to shit, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Right? But he ain't, is he? He's coming out and he's basically got Joshua there, Eddie there, and he's like, oh. He's covering his head in it. And it's quite embarrassing. It's become so embarrassing now. These people going out to bat for a man who is a shell of a man. But they're all trying to tell us something's happening, that they're all trying to tell us about something they're seeing that nobody else has seen. Ben Davison's same. He's the trainer, obviously. And I think it's disappointing from boxing people with licenses to come out and say things like that, because how have these people got a license? Anybody who knows anything about boxing knows that Anthony Joshua, if you go and look at his fight, since he fought Vladimir, right, he's been wrapped in cotton wool for over 8 years now, and he's still parked up. He didn't go anywhere.
But the
If
thing is,
well,
Russ, you can say what you're saying because you don't hold a license, right?
yeah, I can, yeah.
If you held a license and you needed that to pay your bills, and someone said, look, if you talk bad about Joshua, it's going to get rough for you with the promoters and with the board, you'd just be
Well, we
like,
know
it's not
what goes
worth
on
that.
behind the scenes. That's why Eddie's trying to strong arm the Cobra. But how can you strong arm somebody that's a millionaire anyway? He's got a YouTube channel that's doing fantastic numbers, and he's got Turkey's hero because he's an Hall of Famer, WNMBE. So
Yeah.
I think you
Are
can't
those
strong
numbers real,
arm him.
though? Have you checked that
Hey,
those numbers are real?
well, it remains to be seen, doesn't it? His channel's done well, hasn't it? If he's buying views or what.
I I would want to see how much he's making off his channel. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I
it's
want to
got
see
his
those
Senate
numbers.
mix on it. It looks like they wanted to make that Jake Paul fight, doesn't it? So Turkey probably needs him
No,
down the line, doesn't it?
I don't. I think Carl Froch is a convenient idiot at the moment. They've just got him there to show other people what happens when you step out of line. You will get whipped back into line. Froch will fight absolutely nobody. I'll tell you this now. He'll get to 50 and he'll still be talking about he'll jump in with anyone. He's
What
not
do you,
fighting anybody.
yeah. What do you think about Tony Bellew and Eddie coming out, going on about Froch and Darren Till in a cage, and they want to see it, and Bellew saying, "Oh, there's only one man walking out of the alley if they have a fight and all that." You think they're trying to get Froch clipped?
No, I think they're just being honest.
Yeah,
Like, if Darren Till hits Froch with a leg kick, it's either that Froch ain't going to be able to stand.
yeah.
Like, those things aren't a joke, Russ. Like, that thing can
Oh, I
snap your
know,
leg.
man.
Do you know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? So they're not lying. Like, Froch, if Froch hit him first, then yeah. But that's a big if. Like, Darren Till's like, well, if I don't hit him first, I can still take him down. If I don't take him down, I just kick him in the leg.
Mm. I'm a Darren Till fan, but he'd get slaughtered in a boxing match with Cobra, wouldn't he? Absolutely
No,
slaughtered.
I don't think you, because you know when you get to Froch's age, Russ,
Yeah,
you can't take what you used to take. You can dish it out. You can't take what you used to take.
yeah,
Shots are going to start rocking you. They're going to start hurting you. Body shots that you used to take for fun, you're like, oh, that's horrible.
yeah.
Like, nah, just age is so cruel, man, because it takes away the very thing that you define yourself by, which is toughness. It just takes it away.
Mm, I know the feeling. Sorry. Hey, have you seen that? I'll send you a picture now. Let me know what you think. Uh, Me and Dennis are going to do something for charity in September.
Yeah, I saw Max was doing that.
Oh, you saw Max's thing. You seen it? Did you? Yeah, yeah. Dennis has got
Yeah.
putting it out, and you know, blah blah blah. So yeah,
Why?
I'm up for it.
What's that going to be? Is it judo or boxing?
Boxing, he won't have a chance to get the judo with me. Boxing, 3 rounds, three 2 minutes or 3 2 minutes. I think or 4 2 minutes. Forget now. 4 2 minutes. Let Dennis sort it all out. Board can't the knocks. It's an exhibition. Not that Dennis would be bothered anyway. He'd probably do more numbers on Fight Zone than Dennis's shows that he does at the moment. And I'm not having a go at Dennis because he's a trier, isn't he? He's a winner in life. So, but yeah, so I'm up for it. If Dennis wants to bottle it, throw Max in with me and I'll punch him up.
Woo!
Max says they're trying to get the George Fox fight, but I don't think he can get a license in UK, Max.
Why
Got a
not?
to one on it, so they'll have to do it in Thailand or something. Yeah. And I don't need to know that he's been sparring Dubai 5 years, so that would be a hard one for Max, won't it? But Max thinks he's in with a chance. So
Against George Fox.
they're both 4-1, aren't they?
Have you seen the size of George Fox?
I've seen him. He's as big as an oak tree, isn't he?
Mate, like, you know those people that just fill a door frame?
He's one of them, isn't he? George Fox.
Fills a door frame, still has to duck under the door.
Yeah. So, but Usyk wasn't bothered about him, was he? He offered him sparring, didn't he?
Yeah, well, let him get at it.
Yeah, well, get at it. So good luck to Max if he gets to fight George Fox. Max is actually a powerful kid, actually. But we lets his son down, Max, and we get at it all the time. You know, when you say you love your sport, Terry, oh, I love the sport of boxing, I love the sport of boxing. Well, if you did, you wouldn't be walking around 5 stone overweight, would you? If you loved
The
the
sport
sport.
of boxing is a sport about making weight. I don't care what anyone says. It's about making weight.
Of course,
Like
but in heavyweights.
I say this to people, boxing is really two elements. And this is what separates everyone else from those guys we watch. One, the hell they go through making weight. Two, the punishment they take in the ring. All the other stuff, all that training, all that camp stuff is for the birds. Anyone can do that. It's those two things that really separate you.
Yeah. You know, people keep going on about diets, don't they? Dominic Ingle and that. I've given Dominic Ingle some stick. Well, they have 5 champions in 49 years up there, all that funding. He's not training amateurs, he's training one pros at that Brad Goldsmith who just got flogged, Danny. So, and them keys in because your gym's empty now. I've said that, fair enough, but people keep, oh, well, he's training solicitors and accountants at 80 quid an hour or whatever. Yeah, you might be, or whatever he's charging them. That's lining his pockets. That gym's a community gym up there. You know, I keep getting emails all the time regarding it, and I don't think it's right. But if you want to know diet tips, let me just give
What?
you.
Hold on, but what's not right?
I don't think it's right that gym's set empty when amateurs want to train there, and they're not training amateurs there. So I don't
But
think.
they train it up, but kids can come into the gym though.
Oh, I didn't know that, but apparently they don't train amateurs there no more. His words, not mine.
Look, well, who's going to train the amateurs? So think about this, right? If you're
No, listen, no,
Domingo,
let me just stop you there. He don't train amateurs no more in there. They're not training
yeah,
amateurs. He says that, so that's what all we have to go on. And I'm not saying he's a crap trainer and that, but that gym years ago, I went up there when I was 21. I had a nosy about it. Chock a block, mate, chock a block. Where's everybody gone? Where are all these kids that want to be boxers?
that's the question. Like, why it's not open is the separate. Where are the kids who want to box?
Yeah.
Maybe
Where,
Dom's just realized kids don't want to box anymore, and he's like, yeah,
where are they? They don't want it hard, do they? And it's affecting. I don't know. Chris Smedley's just got 60 kids, 60 kids in every night. That's a lot, that you know.
yeah,
60.
but his gym, I'm like, the local kids as well, aren't they?
Yeah, for the Retford Road, yeah.
Yeah, so and there are no distractions. Where is he
13.
down? Is he down Crystal Peaks way?
I think that's yeah, I think it is. Yeah, a bit. Retford S13, Chris's gym. Retford
Yeah, mate. There's nothing else
King's
there.
Boxing Gym. Yeah, King's
Yeah,
Boxing.
there's nothing else there.
So, but okay, all them people out there keep going on about diets. Listen, let me just give you advice. Try this for 1 week. If you're going to drink anything, water. If you're going to have coffee, no sugar or milk. Black coffee. And if you're going to have your jacket tatey with tuna and all that, don't have butter and cheese and coleslaw. Just do it for 1 week. If you're going to have porridge, have it with skim milk. Do it for 1 week and see how you go on. And I guarantee you'll lose weight. No, that's just a little porky top gear top tip for you. There. You don't need to read. You don't need to get stuck into Dominic Ingle's book at 22 quid a pop. Oh, come and ask your Uncle Porky. I'll give you advice for free. Stop putting food in your mouth. Oh, I look at it. Go for a walk in the morning, get your metabolism going. Come back, tomatoes on toast, no butter. Do it for a week. I don't
Ah,
know.
but that's not enjoyable food though.
I know, yeah, but if you want to get that weight off, you've got to go, you've got to think, oh shit, that food. Well, I think people go on in prison when everything's steamed. Weight flies off you in there, mate.
Yeah, well, that's a heavy price to pay to lose weight.
Yeah, Steffi will be losing some weight now in there, won't he?
Well,
Hey.
well, he must have lost a fair bit of weight to get put in there in the first.
Yeah, he'll be losing some weight when when the purple one gets hold of him. That'll be a good cardio workout for him, won't it? Pop, pop, bang.
Ah.
I'm a sod, aren't
Ah.
I? The community giving him fucking awards in area and his gym and all that and funding and all that shit. Do me a favour. Hey, free press like that with all these fighters and belts award man of the community. Jesus. Josh Wales, the man in that community, he lets kids train for free for parents are skint. So Chris Smedley's the same as well. Do you know what I mean? They're men of the community, real men. You know what I mean? They don't have to shout and bawl on social media, do they? You don't see Usyk and Lomachenko and all their teams and all that and trainers and that shouting and bawling, do you, every time they win a fight, do you?
Yeah, listen, Usyk does his interviews. Don't worry about that. He does. He's a master of content.
His
He knows what to
trainer's
do.
not shouting and bawling every 2 minutes, though, is he? Like Ben Davidson, do you know what I mean? On everybody's lips, go to Ben Davidson, the new Dark Lord.
Mate, he might do if he spoke English.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look what time it is. Right, 1 minute left. Eubank Ben.
I don't want to see it.
Oh no, 4 minutes left. Sorry. Eubank Ben. No, you don't want to see it.
Nah, don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. Don't see the point. That's just for Maxi to
Rematch.
get some
Rematch. It
money.
looks like they're dragging it out, doesn't it? Styling it out.
Do you know what? Honestly, I wish Canelo was fighting Eubank Jr. in
Yeah.
September. I do. I think we're going to find out that no one cares about this Crawford fight. Apart from the hardcores, no one cares about this Crawford fight.
Well, I've got a 50 going on Crawford. I'm going to put a bullseye on him just a straight win. I think it's a good bet. I do also think.
I think I've got money on Canelo on this one.
Because of the size difference and that, yeah.
It's just you can get big, but if your size isn't conditioned, it's just going to drain you.
Mm. He's saying Crawford's going to put weight on, but it's not going to be. It's going to be fake weight.
Well, Crawford ain't going to be weighing in at 154, is he? He might come in and weigh in at 164. But if that's just him not cutting, then that's the wrong kind of build. You still want to have added some size because you want to increase your power, right?
The 20 pound difference on night, won't there?
Yeah.
He puts 19 to 21 pound on, doesn't he, over 36 hours, Canelo, I've been reading today. So if he gets at 168, he puts 20 on, that makes him 188. Let's be conservative, say 187. What's that? 187. Well, 13, that's 13 stone 5. Is it 13.5 that? Yeah, it is, isn't it? 13.5. The other guy, he'll be about 12.3 or something, won't he? 12.2 or something. You know,
I think Canelo will come in light for this one.
Well, the other kid's got more skills than him. I think.
He's got better feet. Skills, we forget how skillful Canelo is.
Okay. Well, we're going to see, but you don't think Eubank Ben rematch is going to happen?
I don't even want. It wouldn't be good for boxing.
No, and do you know what? The funny thing is, only Eddie and pushing it. You know, I mean, none of media are getting big over it. They keep mentioning it.
Well, because Eddie's got no other option, right? Second half of this year, his biggest fights will be Eubank Ben 2 and whatever Joshua does. That's all he's got. And imagine if Joshua gets injured again, then this is all he's got.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're out of time, kid. Right, listen, thanks for coming on. What did you get from shop, Terry? I bet it was a takeaway, wasn't it?
No. I did something light, so I got some chicken wings. I just whacked them in the pressure cooker, and then I'll just give them a little 90-second fry up, and then that'll be it.
Air fryer.
No. Butter, man. Butter's good for you.
Old school, Terry. Come on, lad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, you have
all right,
what's left of it, and I'll keep.
All right, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
Cheers, Terry. I love
Take
you,
care, mate. Bye.
That was Terry from London. Women love him. Men want to fight him. I don't. They can fight like fuck. He's too big for me as well. 5 stone on me, Terry. Maybe 6. Big, strong kid. That's about it. Well, look, thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. I don't even know how to stop this. Don't forget to share videos. All right. Well, peace out. Max, don't text me, Max, until you're a cruise away. Pop, bang.